Yeah, I mean, this is a time when, man, do we miss each other. And so how do we actually still enjoy the fellowship of Christ during this time? And so my heart is that we can figure out how to do that through online means and through other ways that we can support and care for each other. Certainly finances is one way we can do that. And so I'm excited for this conversation as we can sort of think about how we can, share and steward our resources together as a church and as a community this year.
I mean, I completely agree with that. I think one thing I like about even the way that you phrase that question, David, is there's actually kind of two ways to take that. I mean, what's my heart for Christ Church at Knox this year? I mean, I think to build on what Sean just said, and in one sense, I think this season has grown my heart for Knox, almost in a kind of an absence makes the heart grow fonder, that I just find myself loving Knox more and desiring to be with the people of Knox more and wanting to connect with people more. In some ways, my heart has expanded, I think, for Knox because of this season. But I think the other way to take that question is, what would I hope to see at Knox this year? And I think in that sense, my hope is that I think that we would grow deeper in our love for Christ during this time, because so many of the things that we're used to depending on are just kind of disappearing, or at least not available to us for the time being. And so I think my hope is that this season of coronavirus would have something of the same effect that the exile did to Israel, to go back to one of the first things I talked about, that it would actually make us discontent with the trivialities or platitudes that kind of are easy for us to sort of latch onto, but instead to go deeper, to go much, much deeper into the character and promises of God. That it would be a time of tremendous theological growth, that it would be a time when we experience God in new and fresh ways. They would press us more deeply, at kind of an experiential level, into the pattern of Christ's suffering in the hope of glory. And that in light of that, we would become re-energized with the powerful hope that comes from a present and coming kingdom. And so, yeah, I guess to go back to the question you asked me a few minutes ago, I see this season for Knox as really a real challenge, but at the same time also a real opportunity for God to do kind of tremendous work in us and through us. And so that's my hope, that's my prayer, and in some ways in faith, that's my hope, my kind of expectation as well.